Folgers. Yuck. Seattle's best. Lousy after Starbucks bought them. Tim Hortons. Canadian coffee. Here we go. Biggby coffee. Biggby best whole bean coffee. Medium dark. 2.5 pounds. $17.
Welcome back to the Stovetop. In August of 2020, I did a review of Biggby Coffee Biggby Best. And I decided that I'd like to do a redo on that coffee. Now, what's different between then and now is that I think I have a more refined palate for giving my opinion about coffee. I'm not saying that I'm a coffee expert or coffee connoisseur, but over the years that I've been doing these coffee reviews, I've tried out more and more coffees, and I think my palate is a lot more refined. So I think my opinion is more objective. Also, I have better equipment now than I did almost 4 years ago. I don't have expensive high-tech equipment, but the video and audio quality in my review videos is better these days than it was back then. Last, this is their Biggby Best in whole bean form. In that video, which I'll include a link to at the end of this video, the store-bought coffee that I had was already ground. And what I've noticed over the years reviewing coffee is that I tend to enjoy the coffee more if I grind my own beans as opposed to getting it pre-ground. Sometimes that's the only way I can buy it. That's the only way they sell it is pre-ground, or that's all they have in stock is pre-ground. But if I can get whole bean, I've noticed that the quality of the coffee, in my opinion, is better. So that's what I'll be trying out today. Biggby Coffee, Biggby Best in whole bean. All right, so before I open it, let me go ahead and describe the bag. It's orange with the Biggby Coffee logo. There's literally a Biggby in black inside of a rectangle that's got a orange, white, and kind of I guess that's a black or brown kind of border on there. So a big B next to Biggby Coffee. And Biggby is spelled with 2 G's. At the top of the bag, there's a picture of a rocket taking off, and it says, "Fuel for your day." Underneath, it says, "Biggby Best, whole bean coffee, medium dark. Our smoothest, mellowest blend. Net weight, 40 ounces." On one side, here at the bottom, it has a best by date, and that's in January of next year. So it's April right now, so that's a pretty decent shelf life. And then it says manufactured for Biggby Coffee, East Lansing, Michigan. It's got brewing instructions. And then on the other side, there's like some decorative like coffee cups and mugs and a rocket. And on the back of the bag, it says, "We love the people behind our coffee even more." And then it talks some about their company and that sort of thing. So there's just a clear piece of tape on the back here. So I'll just go ahead and peel that back and lift up the flap. Let's see. Yeah, there's no tab or anything else. There's no reclosable seal on this. And just like in the first video, I may have to use scissors. Nope, I got lucky with that, just like in the first video. So there we go. I've got to tear the top of the bag a little bit, but you might be able to see it in there. Let me see if I can get some up close here. The beans are kind of a dark color, and they do look a little bit oily. So I'll go ahead and get these in the grinder. I've already wiped the ground residue out of there. I'll be brewing it in Mr. Coffee on the stronger of the 2 settings using reverse osmosis purified drinking water, and I'm not rinsing the filter. You know what? Before I grind them here, I'll show it in the grinder. You can see these beans are dark and they're oily. Let me do a smell test here. It doesn't have a strong coffee smell, but as some of you may know, my sense of smell is not really that good. So it smells like coffee, but I'm not getting anything distinct off of that. But look at the oil on those beans. All right, I've poured the first cup and I edited out the part where I spilled coffee all over the stovetop. So I've already given it some time to cool off by cleaning up off camera. But before I take my first sip, I'll go ahead and describe it. This is from the Biggby Coffee website. Biggby Best, a medium roast blend of Tanzania pea berry, Nicaraguan, and Mexican beans, carefully selected and expertly roasted. Sweet and medium bodied, this house blend is our most popular brew. This smooth and mellow balanced blend can be enjoyed both hot and iced by any coffee enthusiast. Okay, let me go ahead and smell it. Smells like coffee, nothing really distinct there. It's not a strong coffee smell, in my opinion. It's a little bit bitter, not a really strong, kind of pungent bitter. Just a little bit bitter. I put about 2/3 of a basket full of coffee grounds in there, and that's about normal. In the original video, I brewed a second pot where I used less grounds, and that kind of helped. Back then, I was kind of starting to go away from putting cream in my coffee. I still did in the video, but uh, I've changed my I guess my preference to just having my coffee black. Yeah, first few sips, I'm gonna say um, it's a little bit bitter. It's not really that bad. The bitterness, and it's just kind of coffee flavored coffee. So as usual, I'll go ahead and have a few cups, and I'll come back and give you my final impressions. Before I give my final impressions, I wanted to explain why I bought this coffee in bulk. I paid less for 2.5 pounds of this coffee than I paid for 1 pound or less of most of the coffees I've reviewed over the past 6 months, not even to include the cost of shipping. Now it's on me to decide to try out what should be higher end coffees. It's on me to purchase coffee that I have to order and have shipped to my house. So I'm not complaining about what I've spent because it's been my choice. I don't get paid to do these reviews. And I think I've only gotten free coffee once, unless you want to count a gift from one of my friends. Free coffee from a company to review on one occasion that I can think of. I have gotten some from my friends, and I do appreciate that. But really, I just wanted to save a little bit of money on coffee. It doesn't mean I'm going away from buying expensive coffees, but for 2.5 pounds of whole bean Biggby Best, I paid less than 10, 12, or 16 ounces of some of these coffees that I've been trying out lately. So part of my review is to determine whether or not it's a good value. Now, Biggby is not coast to coast. Even though it's like a Starbucks or a Panera or a Dunkin' Donuts, it's not coast to coast. So there may not be a Biggby shop near you, and it may not be available at grocery stores near you. Definitely not a Sam's Club. What I did was I checked online to see if it's available at the Sam's Club in Lincoln, Nebraska, or a Sam's Club in Lincoln, Nebraska. I just picked the first one that showed up, just as an example of, can you buy this there or can you have it delivered there? And neither were available. It's not available for delivery or pickup. However, you can order Biggby coffee off of their website, and I'll include a link to that in the description section below. Just like in the original video, I've brewed a second pot of coffee. So I've had plenty to help me wake up, and my taste buds have gotten more used to it. I would say that Biggby Best is not as rich, smooth, or bold as some of the more expensive, higher-end coffees. However, it's smoother and less bitter than something like Folgers or Maxwell House. So I think this coffee would appeal to anyone. And I'm kind of glad that it was available at the Warehouse Club in this bulk size in whole bean, because it's decent coffee, and this is about a 2-week supply for us. So I think this was a really good deal. I'm kind of glad that I came back to revisit this coffee and do another review on it. Thanks for watching.